having a vision and implementing it in a time in Colorado, in the early days of this state, when maybe there was great opportunity, but also a person who had great vision could implement that vision. This was a man who saw a future and took a hold of it and created a business empire that ultimately stretched around the world.
Born in Germany in 1852, Charles Boettcher came to America when he was only 17 years old to visit his brother in Cheyenne.
Once he got to Cheyenne, he saw the opportunity that was there in the West and stayed with his brother.
Charles partnered with his brother in the hardware business, and soon they had stores in Greeley, Evans, and Fort Collins.
Within 2 years, he moved the store to Boulder. It was a very happy time for them, but also a time when he continued to look for the next challenge, and he saw opportunity in Leadville and the silver boom that was happening there. Moved a hardware store then from Boulder to Leadville, and that's where over the next decade he became a millionaire and was very successful, was involved in the banking business, was involved in a number of businesses in the Leadville area.
By the time the Boettchers moved to Denver in 1890, they had become one of the wealthiest and most prominent founding families in Colorado. The economy had shifted from mining to agriculture, and on a trip to Germany to see his family, Charles realized that he could grow sugar beets in the Greeley area.
It was an enormous industry for the state, but they needed cement to build the sugar beet factories and to line the ditches that would irrigate the crops. And the cement that was then coming into Colorado was coming on the rail from St. Louis. Charles, being the entrepreneur that he was, looked around and said, we can do better than this. He found the only cement plant in Colorado at Canyon City. He purchased that and quickly expanded it and formed the Ideal Cement Company, which came on to be one of the largest international cement companies in the world. He built several buildings in town, including the headquarters for the Ideal Basic Cement Company. It was called the Cement Building. So they built the scaffolding for the cement building, and when the building was finished or the shell of the building was up, they lit the scaffolding on fire and burned it down to show that the building would withstand the fire and how much safer it was than conventional lumber.
Charles Boettcher's entrepreneurship ensured a bright economic future for the state of Colorado. He also felt very strongly about philanthropic work.
When you look at Children's Hospital, that was really the passion of the Boettchers. That was their #1 charity, and they decided to give their estates to the benefit of the citizens of the Colorado by starting the Boettcher Foundation. So in December of 1937, the foundation was incorporated.
Boettcher Scholarship Program was started in the early 1950s, but I know one thing, that it was a value that Charles Boettcher and his son Claude Boettcher had, was to keep the best and the brightest in the state of Colorado. It's patterned after the Rhodes Scholarship, with only one stipulation, and that is the recipient of the Boettcher Scholarship has to attend a college or university in the state of Colorado. What the family legacy has done for this state, I think, is truly remarkable. It started with Charles Boettcher's work ethics, which he passed down to his son, his grandson, and all of his business partners.
He truly was one of Colorado's earliest, most significant business leaders.